Hello, housemates, and welcome back to Diablo 3. I've decided to make a new video because I have changed up Yennifer a great deal, as you can see just from the visual here. That really awesome looking source that she has is the etched sigil, which I just got recently while I was farming for some, just farming for gear in general, and also leveling up my legendary gems. And you can also see that I have the Tal Rasha's garb on, and that wand is not what it looks like. It's transmogrified to look like that. So I have changed from the Electric Nightmare build to this, what I'm going to call Elemental Chaos build. Why do I call it that? Well, let me show you. So, you all probably know the premise of the Tal Rasha's set. It works on Meteor, and it works on cycling through the different elemental damages. So, you can see number 2 here, damaging enemies with arcane, cold, fire, or lightning will cause a meteor of the same type to fall. There is an 8-second cooldown for each damage type. So that means you hit with fire, you get a fire meteor, 8 seconds later you can get another fire meteor. But of course, while you're waiting for that next fire meteor, you can switch to cold, lightning, or arcane and get a meteor of that type. So you shall never want for death falling from the sky. The second thing we have here is arcane, cold, fire, and lightning attacks each increase all of your resistances by 25% for 8 seconds. So you can get up to 100% extra resistance for 8 seconds. And it says all of your resistances. Remember, you have resistance to physical, cold, fire, lightning, poison, arcane damage. So this increases physical damage resistance pretty well. So that's great. And then finally, the final tier set bonus, attacks increase your damage by 500% for 8 seconds. Arcane, cold, fire, and lightning attacks each add 1 stack. At 4 stacks, each different elemental attack extends the duration by 2 seconds, for a maximum of 8 seconds. So, I think that means, if I'm reading this right, and I should just test it out. I should know this already, but I don't, which is a little bit embarrassing. I don't know if that means that you get up to 2,000% extra damage if each type gives you 500% extra attack damage. Because it just says attacks increase your damage by 500 for 8 seconds. Each add 1 stack. I'll just have to mouse over the stacks and see what the deal is. But I'm pretty sure, in any case, you do a lot of damage. You do so much damage with this build. Okay, that's the elemental part. Well, what's all this chaos nonsense? Well, I've built into this, in addition to having Tal Rasha's and this nice meteor boosting ability, I also have etched sigil. Now, this is one of the 3 channeling items that they've put in. This one is particularly for the wizard, whereas the shoulders and belt, I think, work for other channeling as well. I know that the shoulders do. They work for some of the Witch Doctor channeling. But this says your Arcane, Torrent, Disintegrate, and Ray of Frost also cast one of your other damaging arcane spenders every second. So every second you get another spell cast for free. So what that means is it doesn't just randomly choose some of the various spenders that you could have. What it does is it chooses one of the spenders that you have actually on your skill bar. So if you had only one of them out, if I just had Meteor, it would just cast Meteor every second. Given that I have switched it so that I have 4 different spenders, it will cast one of these every second. It will cast Blizzard, or Meteor, or Energy Twister, or Black Hole every second. And that's just really awesome. And of course, chaotic. The Twister will go around on its own. I have the Lightning Twister. I might change that one. I have Meteor. I have Blizzard, the one which lasts longer and slows enemies. I might change that as well. And I have Black Hole. So this will not just focus on the one spot. Blizzard is big AoE. And the Twister goes around, and then of course the Black Hole brings people in. And you can switch around the elements that elemental runes that you put on these skills as you please. For my left and right click, on left click I have Arcane Magic Missile, and on my right click I have Arcane Torrent as fire, because you take less damage. So again, because I rely so much on Arcane Torrent due to the etched sigil, and because I already have on my Kanai's ability the channeling ability, the channeling enchant that makes me do more damage and take less damage, I'm going to be standing still a lot, and so I need to be protected. And of course, Tal Rasha's does that to an extent. Flame Ward does that to an extent, and the Mantle of Channeling does so as well. So that's great. In addition to Tal Rasha's, I have Nilfor's Boast, I have Etched Sigil. I have this, not because it gives me any interesting ability, but just because it did a lot of damage. I do also have a wand, which an ancient wand, which does the spectral blade increase. But I tried that out and find I did not like it. Here we have Oculus Ring, and this is another part of the chaos bit of the build. This will create an area of focus power on killing a monster, and while I stand in that, I do 75% extra damage, which is insane. And the Fallen Lunatics, which run around screaming and exploding, also chaotic. This pulls in, when the Energy Twister is cast randomly or on purpose, it pulls in people, as we already saw before. So things are just happening all over excuse me, all over the place. Obviously you can see the convention of elements I have here. That is one of my Kanai's enchants. And so because it's in the Kanai version, it does the max that it could. So that's 200% extra cold, arcane, fire, or lightning damage, and it switches every 4 seconds. So that is also a bit chaotic. I don't plan on actually bothering to sync up which abilities I'm using to that. And last but not least, I also have Elemental Exposure, which increases the damage that everyone takes, all enemies take when they're hit by some type of elemental damage. So it's just crazy. It does tons of damage. I've tried it out a little bit. It's been pretty successful. I actually recorded a video before this, but I forgot to turn my microphone on, so that one's not going to happen. And in that video, I basically played around in Torment 8. Now I'm going to try Torment 9 to test basically the defensive capacity of this build. I have Audacity and Blur and Elemental Exposure, all of which are different from the Electric Nightmare build passive skills. Blur, just because I need to take less damage. I don't have Teleport anymore. I've taken that out. And Audacity to complement, supplement Zay's Stone of Vengeance. So the farther away they are, the more damage they take. But also, once they get within a certain range, they take more damage anyway, right? So they don't work at cross purposes. They supplement each other. And of course, they will do more damage they will take more damage within 15 yards of me because of the passive, and because they'll be under a control impairing effect. So yeah, it's all pretty nasty. And so now all that remains is to try it out in Torment 9. Let me see, do I want to change? I might change this Blizzard rune to Fire, because I don't really care about how long it lasts. I want more area damage, so we'll do that. And I'm change this to arcane damage, just in case two twisters do randomly get together. Again, adding to the chaos bit of it. So I have arcane, fire, electric, arcane, cold. So I still have one of everything, and that's all that really matters. All right. Let's get going. So I mainly rely on 2 and 4 on my spell bar down there to get the requisite, energy types going. And then of course on my right click and my left click. So you can already see things are going crazy. You know, my enemies are just absolutely getting crushed before me. You can see demonic hellflyers are just terrible for me. Ranged enemies and enemies that jump at me are the big problems that my wizard has. But you can see things are just dying. I'm on Torment 9 and things are dying in an instant. So this build can seriously dish it out. Of course, I'm not really running into a lot of enemies, which is unfortunate. A fortuitously timed level up. And you can see that Maul Chomp Fang is more like Maul Chump Fang, because he died in the blink of an eye. So this is how this build works. You go around, you do insane amounts of damage. You can go stand in here and do more damage to things, if there's anything around. And, you know, rinse, repeat. I don't think... Oh, come here, buddy. I don't think that I don't think it's going to be able. I don't think it's going to be the build that's going to get me the last seasonal accomplishment that I need to finish a Torment 9 or higher Rift in less than 6 minutes or 6 minutes or less. Because I just don't move very fast. Because I do a lot of standing still with the channeling. And also, I did get rid of the part of the Electric Nightmare build, which facilitated more speediness, and that was the... Oh, shit. So you can see I am a bit fragile. That is a problem with this build. Ranged attacks, of which there are many, do a lot of harm to me. Melee enemies are no problem whatsoever. Yeah, you see, that just did like almost all of my health and damage. So I have to be very careful around certain types of enemies. They slowed me down because of the knockback. And I don't have teleport anymore. It may be that to have real survivability in Torment 9 and 10 with this build, that I will just need to go back to teleport. And that's fine. I can deal with that. I would happily get rid of Blizzard and teleport back in. That would not make me sad. Why do I not have 4 different building elemental patterns going? There we go. Getting to the 4 requires a bit of concentration and management. Once you have the 4, you just need to attack as you please. It doesn't really matter. Hey, go downstairs. You notice this is a purely offensive build. Okay, this is the kind of rift composition that's going to be really problematic for me. Wide open spaces where you can get totally ganged up on and ranged attacks can come from everywhere. That's what really my wizard dreads. What was I saying? Yeah, I would happily get rid of teleport. I mean, get teleport back by getting rid of wizard. Because I don't intend. You can see that unstable anomaly is a must on this build. You can see I don't really cast Blizzard on purpose a lot. Ugh. Yeah, I think I really do need to go back to teleport. Yeah, because that could have gotten me out of there. So that's a change we're going to have to make. Because we're dying much more than I would like. I mean, obviously I would not like to. I would rather not die at all. And dying is not going to help my cause of clearing rifts faster. Of course, lots of ranged enemies in the enemy composition is also not going to help me. Ugh. I really want to avoid having to switch to a protective type of legendary gem. Oh wait, what's happening? Oh, sorry. I clicked outside of the window for a second. Because that would sacrifice a lot of damage. Now, I do so much damage that it might not be a totally bad thing. Okay, see, this is what I was talking about. You cannot get away from the projectiles in a field like this. so we are definitely going to die again any minute now. And also, when there are huge numbers of enemies, you can't click anywhere to get away. Because you click anywhere and it's just more enemies. So, teleport is going to be something that goes on our list to work back into this build. And then, possibly, I might switch out the lightning gem, the wreath lightning gem for something else. Because its damage output isn't spectacular. It was thematic, for one, which is why I had it before. And it also gave me a little bit of boost in movement. It's because I don't really care about moving anymore. That's not that helpful. So I may switch to... Is it going to need to be Esoteric Alteration again? That's like my go-to defensive because it's not melee damage that's a problem. Because first of all, half the time melee attackers aren't going to get to me because they get slowed down and I kill them first. It's the ranged attacks. And ranged attacks are almost universally non-physical, with the exception of like the skeleton archers, maybe the stupid bogan trappers who are just the worst enemies ever conceived of in this game. But for the most part, the ranged attacks are elemental. No, also, I'd be able to get away from this if I had teleport. Yeah, teleport is a must. Definitely going to switch that as soon as we finish here. You have to worry about getting away. It's actually much harder to get the 4 stacks of Tal Rashas going, because I do need to kind of stand still and cast those spells. How the fuck did that happen? Yeah, you can see it's just I'm too fragile. Maybe too fragile for Torment 9. Maybe too fragile to not have an escape skill. Oh, fuck, I'm gonna die again. No, stop it. Certainly too fragile to face an open field of enemies like this. Oh, that was the Orbiter. Yeah, you see, I think it needs to be Esoteric Alteration. I may not even be able to finish this particular rip if things keep going like this. It would be a shame. Oh, fuck you. No, I'm gonna die.
I need healing.
Freezing piece of shit. There are some abilities and enemy types that I just think are garbage and I hate them. Freezing or frozen enchantment is one of the ones that I think is garbage and I hate it. God, fucking ranged attacks, man. Ugh, fucking Sandwaps are one of the garbage enemies that I think are stupid and should die and be erased from existence. I find the various types of shaman irritating, but not like stupid. Anything, the various slow-moving projectile enemies are just ridiculously deadly, and I think you can build to get away from things like that. But for the most part, there's so many of them. When you fight them, there's nowhere to go. And so for the more fragile character classes, the non-melee ones, this massing of slow projectiles in a composition like this poses a very difficult problem. Die, sand wasps. Stop resurrecting things, you bastards. Take a meteor to the face. Alright, getting close to the end here. No, be gone. No, stupid, slow-moving kind of tracking projectiles. As you can see, tons of damage. It's actually pretty fun, despite the fact that I've been dying a little bit in this particular area. Once I put teleport back in, it'll be even more fun, especially if I stick with what I usually do with the teleport skill, have the mirror image cast on teleport, because then it'll be even more chaotic, and so it will fit the theme as well as making the character more survivable. And that's always good when you can not have to give up one design goal for another in that way.
I'm just warming up.
Yeah, die everything. Fucking sand wasps. Oh god, there's too many things again. No, let me out. Oh shit, balls. Fuck. This shit's gonna break. Oh god, this is what I hate about the regular rifts. Oh, for God's sakes. Cannot get away from various other shitbags. Hey, asshole, stop following. No, I'm stuck. No. Give me the health globe. Hey. You can see once we actually start hitting him, he takes just tons of damage. Ah! I got cornered. I'm gonna die somewhere. Oh, you. Arcane Enchanted is right up there with Frozen of abilities, descriptors that are stupid and should die. God, leave me alone, asshat. Take meteor to the face. Alright. Let's gather this shit. Let's go spend all of our money on repairing, because I died like 8 times.
I need to go back.
Okay. So that was a demonstration of both the strengths and the weaknesses of the Elemental Chaos build. Clearly, I need to work on its defensive capabilities. I don't want to sacrifice its offensive potency any more than I have to. So if any of you in the comments have some suggestions for that, I'm really open to them. Let's see, what do I want to do here? Resist all, no, I think I just want life. And that goes for particular Paragon point setup, different items, different passive skills, different active skills, whatever you have in mind, I will hear out. These are both things that I know and are uninteresting to me. Garbage and garbage. Also garbage. Yeah. So we're gonna destroy all of these things. There are a few items I think I'm still looking for, not necessarily for this build, but just in general. That's not too bad. Oh wait, get lost, stupid necklace. Okay. So in my stash, I have all but one piece of Delcer's Magnum Opus. I have all of Tal Rasha's. I have all but one piece of Veer's Amazing Arcana, and I have all of the Firebirds. I'm wearing one of them. So I am looking forward to doing a full-out Archon build with Veer's, and that would require a couple of supplementary items, probably wearing the Royal Ring of Grandeur as well, so I can get all of those nice little Archon passive abilities from some of the unique items. Oh, I've shifted this. I do that a lot. I have to play this in a window to record it right, and so I shift the window around accidentally sometimes when I'm clicking furiously. I wanted to make a topaz for the source. I still can't. Great. So, like I said, I'm going to switch Blizzard back to teleport. It's going to be fracture. And so once I teleport, they will start casting all kinds of random ass spells too, because I have lots of spendy spells equipped. I think those are the spells that they cast are your spenders. So they will be casting Meteor, Energy Twister, and Black Hole. So that'll be great. That'll be awesome. And then, like I said, I might think about switching my legendary gem setup. I might put Esoteric Alteration in, so I will gain lots of non-physical... No, wait, I don't want non-physical damage. No, I do want non-physical damage reduction. I could alternatively get melee damage reduction, which is not great, because I don't really have to worry about that. So the super life regeneration one I don't find to be particularly helpful. Yeah. And I'm always going to be taking damage, so bleh. So I might replace the Wreath of Lightning with Esoteric Alteration. I'm also considering putting Bane of the Powerful in this build, just to get further damage increase against everything. I guess then I might get rid of Zay's Stone of Vengeance. I want to leave this in, because I just want things that are near me to die horribly and not get close to me. That's my protection against melee things. So I may start working on, let's just go ahead and put those in my inventory. I've already been working on the Bane of the Powerful. I should start working on Esoteric Alteration and change things up a little bit there. Do I want to change any of my runes? Electrocute is pretty good. The problem is it only allows you 2 different elemental choices, fire and lightning, and I don't need fire or lightning on this skill, so we're going to stick with that. I like Flame Ward, yeah, okay, I like this. I think this is going to do well. I don't really, now that I have teleport back, do I want to go back to this instead of blur? Sure, let's give that a try. So now I'm back to this. Means I can teleport more frequently. It becomes more of a panic button, because whenever I take a significant chunk of my health and damage, which I will for sure, I'll get to teleport again. So now when we cast Arcane Torrent, we will only get Meteor, Energy Twister, or Black Hole. There will no longer be any blizzards. That's not, that's not a terrible deal. I can handle that. And that's the situation of this build for the time being. Like I said, I'm going to call this my Elemental Chaos build. I'm sure I'm not the first person to have thought of it. If you know of someone else who's done a build a lot like this and they have some things you think I could use an improvement, please let me know. If you use this build, you know, like in your own videos or something, make sure to let people know that you got the idea from me, just so they will, you know, word of mouth, come and look at these videos where I kind of cobbled together the build. Yeah, I'd appreciate that. So we're going to end up here. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you have, please hit that thumbs up button. If you want to see more of my content, Diablo 3 or otherwise, then I'd ask that you subscribe to my channel. If you're not going to do either of those things, then I don't care what you do.